Honey came in and she got me red-handed, creepy with the girl next door. Picture this, we were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom door. How could I forget that I had given her an extra seat? All this time she was standing there, she listened to her love. Banging on the bathroom, banging on the bathroom, banging on the
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Truth Please. So today we are back with yet another episode reviewing Family or Fiancé. These episodes have been crazy, watching these couples decide if they're going to get married or not. So yeah, let's get into it and see what this couple has to say.
That thing shining. I dig it.
I'll take it. As you all know, we are getting married in 6 weeks.
Before you two get married, I don't want there to be so much arguing.
My boys are boys, and they're teenagers. Now, Terrence has come into the picture.
Him and I have a good relationship, me and him, though. They're just waiting for me to leave.
What if this don't work?
You don't want to keep going through marriage and divorce, marriage and divorce.
No, I definitely don't want that.
That's the end of the relationship right there, because there's nothing left to say.
I am curious to see where we're going. I think it's gonna be nice.
I'm cool wherever we go at. As long as I'm with
As long as you're with me.
Yeah. As long as I'm with
Good answer. My name is Alethea. Everyone calls me Butter.
And I'm Terrence.
And we're getting married. You're supposed to do it with me. And we're getting married. No.
I'm the guy. I'm supposed to do all this.
Right.
I think it was 2017. Some friends of ours introduced me to her, and then I shook her hand, and the energy was just there for me.
First thought I thought was, okay, be cool, because he was so fine.
I took her for a surprise.
You know, I had to play diva. I was like, hey, how are you?
The rest was history.
Yeah.
That thing shining, what? I did good.
I'll take it.
So I'm not trying to prejudge this black woman. All I'm trying to say is the vibe I'm getting so far is that she can be controlling and maybe a little ungrateful, because I saw the ring when they flashed it that quick, so it must be a nice size. So all I'm saying is, you know, he sounds like he's looking for a little validation right there, like I did good, and she like, I'll take it, which means like it'll do. So I don't know, I'm kind of getting that vibe, but it's still early, so let's see.
I am an international recording artist / songwriter. In 2019, I was getting ready for a show overseas, dancing, and I fell. I ended up having a torn meniscus, torn ACL, and I dislocated my shoulder. Terrence moved in April of 2019 during my surgery, and it was now Terrence, myself, and my 2 boys, Decory and Christian. Terrence came and really swooped in and was like my superhero.
That's how bond and the connection for us really became super strong.
I'm actually not too worried. I don't think that our families are gonna tear each other's heads apart or anything, I hope. My family does not know his family at all. This is going to be everybody's first time meeting each other.
I'm wishing and I'm hoping this whole experience will bring our families together in a more intimate level so they can get to know one another and really, really see what Alethea and I are trying to do for the rest of our lives.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Hi, Alethea. Hi, Terrence.
Hi.
Welcome to Family or
Thank
Fiancé.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. This is your new home.
Awesome.
Have a look around.
Okay.
Then you can meet me in my office and we will get going.
All right, I'm excited.
Me too.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah, I can use this mirror right here. Check it out.
Because you like to stare at yourself. Oh my goodness. I swear I'm not leaving this house.
Come on in. How are you guys?
Great.
How's the house?
Great.
The house is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
All right.
It's wonderful.
Congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you so much.
We're getting married in 6 weeks. And
Okay, so I just wanted to say, am I the only one that's not doing no stupid shit like this 6 weeks before my wedding? There's 4 weeks in a month. So she's literally saying in a month and a half, we're getting married. Fuck do I look like having both of our families sit down together a month and a half before we get married? First of all, we should have been did this shit. Second of all, 6 weeks. I'm trying to be, baby, what? I'm trying to do like Toya did when she got married, and we all on motherfucking vacation. It might not be a month and a half ahead, but I'm planning a pre-vacation for the wedding. Like, or I'm trying to have vibes on vibes on vibes, good times, get-togethers, functions. 6 weeks. I'm just trying not to gain weight so I can fit in my motherfucking dress, because bitch, I'm finna have a ball. Do you hear me? We had a ball.
I'm super excited about it. The engagement has been great.
Tell me how you met.
We both were nominated for 2 different award shows.
And were you competing against each other?
No,
Okay.
we're in 2 different lanes.
What were you nominated for?
I was nominated for Best Female Recording Artist.
I'm a personal chef and nutritionist. I was nominated for Best Author and Health and Wellness Coach. And we was at a meet and greet. So I shook her hand and I felt the energy. And I was like, oh, this is fresh.
What happened? What was that courtship period like?
I was touring a lot overseas, and I ended up falling.
Oh, no.
So I had to do physical therapy, going to the different specialists, going to the doctor. When I say Terrence was at every step of the way, he didn't miss a beat.
Well, she was immobile.
Yeah.
She couldn't walk. She couldn't get up.
Yeah.
And then in this time, did you move in?
Yes.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so now suddenly you're in there with her kids.
Well, first of all, my boys are boys, and they're teenagers at that. And sometimes they'll get testy, and he thinks I'm a little too patient with that.
For me, I feel like I still have to watch myself when I'm around them, talking to them, dealing with them, because sometimes I might, you know, and I don't want to do it.
He has a temper.
I have a temper.
You have a what, bitch? A temper? You know. Okay, you think I'm about to let this grown-ass man come in my house and have a temper with my 2 sons all because I almost broke my motherfucking neck? No, you catch a temper with my kids, bitch, and I'm gonna show your ass how to really turn some shit up, okay? For real. And I don't even have kids, so let me just bring it down. I don't have children, but if I did, I'd be motherfucking damn if a man thinks he's gonna come in my house and catch an attitude with my kids, or I don't want to even talk to them because I might run. No, that's going to be the sound of the chainsaw trying to get your ass up out the house when I cut up all your shit, because you ain't finna be talking to my kids crazy, bitch. I'm the type of person, if I catch wind, me and my kids would be out on the way to Mexico. Okay? We ain't having it. You threatening my life, bitch, I'm all the way in Connecticut. Okay? I don't play that.
Because I suppress my voice so much. Like I should say something, but I'm not going to say something.
He doesn't want to say anything because he doesn't want to overstep, but sometimes he feels like they're overstepping. Right. So, you know, I'm dealing with that.
So let's switch gears and talk a little bit about your past relationship. What happened there?
We got married young. It started to feel like we wasn't connecting anymore. And then we officially got divorced in 2016. I think what really surprised me, his side of the family, once we got divorced, it got really nasty. His mom, she was
nasty.
And how does this affect your relationship with Terrence's family?
I will be honest and say it's not that I don't know his mom, but I'm a little hesitant on really diving in to get to know her. She's a very sweet lady, but I'm a little guarded, you know?
Why don't you tell me who's coming?
My mom, Rosalind, my son, Decory, and my son, Christian, is coming.
You think they'll like us?
Who wouldn't like us?
Ain't got no reason not to.
Who's coming from your side, Terrence?
My mother, Patricia, my brother, Jermaine, and his wife, Danielle.
I'm feeling a little nervous, anxious, ready to meet, see how we all interact.
My mother's a firecracker, is very, telling what she might come up with.
So here's what's going to happen. You will have a family meeting. Each person goes one by one saying what their concerns are. And then you go into the tasks where you really get an opportunity to interface a lot more with the other person's family. Alethea, your task is 20 questions. Terrence's family is going to write down questions on note cards. The whole point is really just to get to know each other on a deeper level. Terrence, your task is cooking and questions. So you're going to show off your cooking skills, and Alethea's family is going to write down questions. And the whole point is to hear more about what their concerns are, and just generally to go deeper into this relationship with Alethea's family.
Okay.
What happens if you don't get the blessings?
But she might change her mind at the last minute.
She has 3 days.
Yeah.
No, 3 days and 6 weeks.
You'd be like, really? It's going to be interesting to see both of our families around.
This is nice.
Oh, this nice. Oh, wow.
I'm a little nervous about it.
I can
though.
tell you're nervous right
I
now.
am nervous.
Welcome to our Hey. Look at that. Hey, how you doing?
My first impression of Alethea, I was excited because I had a sister-in-law. But it seemed like I was more excited than she was. I do not feel like Alethea embraced the family yet.
Kitchen.
Oh, the kitchen. I have not spoken to Alethea since Thanksgiving, I think. She doesn't call. If you call her, you get a voicemail.
Well, you know, it kind of makes somebody just say, well, maybe they don't want to be bothered. Yeah, this is nice.
Is this the house?
Oh, yeah. This is nice.
This would be the first time that everybody pretty much...
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
that. I want to
you know
get to
what
know
I'm
Butter
saying?
better. I want to get to know your mother better and your boys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that them?
Yeah. Hello. Hey.
For me, to get out this experience is understanding Terrence's background.
So, boys, this will be your room.
We're sharing a room, Corey. Okay.
I've witnessed them a few times arguing. Like, usually after they argue, Terrence will go to the basement.
They'll spend hours, sometimes days, not speaking.
Let me meet Mama first. Hi, Mama. Nice meeting you.
To me, Terrence is still right now more of a mystery. Me and him don't just have conversations or anything like that. It's a little uneasy.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
As you all know, we are getting married in 6 weeks. And what we would like to do while we're here is make sure that we address everybody's concerns.
Danielle, we're going to start with you.
My concerns are affection. I would like to see you two together affectionately, and then you two affectionate towards the family. I would like to get to know Alethea better, and she open up to us more, and we spend more time together.
Okay.
What about you, brother?
Definitely want to, get to know Butter better. I want to know more dynamics of you guys' relationship. I don't really know if y'all good for each other or not. That's a major concern for me.
And you, Mother Dearest?
First of all, I want to get to know you guys better. And then second of all, I want that daughter-in-law, mother-in-law bond. And we don't have that. But I want that to happen because that's very important to me because it's just us.
I can respect that. Christian, what are some of your concerns?
Before you two get married, I don't want there to be so much arguing when Terrence goes and isolates himself. That shouldn't happen so much if you two are supposed to be together. I'd also really like to know how our two families can blend together.
And Mom, what are any of your concerns?
I want to make sure I get to know his family, and I want to make sure that once you get married, Terrence still respect the boys.
Okay. Corey, what are any of your concerns?
I want to make sure before you get married that we get to meet your family a little bit more, get to know them for real. And I also want to make sure you're happy.
I was surprised that Corey said one of the things that he wanted to make sure of was that I was happy. It was like, well, where did that come from? Why would you think that I wasn't happy?
I mean, where did you think that I thought it, and where do you think that it came from? Because obviously I'm looking at my mom every day and realizing my mom doesn't look happy. She has a man that they say that you're arguing with a lot. They say y'all argue a lot and that y'all won't speak in the house for days. So I'd be asking my mom, like, are you happy? Because, there's plenty of men out here. You don't have to settle for this man that will leave you hanging over a simple argument for 3-4 days, So, yeah, sometimes kids can tell that their parents aren't happy. So don't act clueless.
So we have been assigned a task by our relationship coach, Tracy. My task is for Terrence's family to ask me 20 questions.
And I've been tasked to cook and question. So I'm going to cook while you guys write down questions to ask me.
Let's get ready to eat. This is about to get really deep, and Terrence is not a very deep person. This is going to be hard for him.
Hey, guys.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey.
Are you guys ready to do this?
Yes,
Yep.
of course.
Okay, I am too.
My task is to cook and answer some questions. So let's just get into it.
Okay, then.
All right. How do I feel about what my son said about my relationship with Terry? Terrence still catch a little attitude. And when he catches his attitude, he voices himself very loudly.
And that's why sometimes he locks himself in the room. It's almost therapeutic for him so he can come back to it. In his defense, I'm that way. Sometimes I just want to lock myself away for about an hour or two.
Okay, you
Sometimes
said an
a whole
hour or
day.
two. It's been about 3-4 days for him.
Yeah,
He's a little bit more
that's
stubborn
not
than
normal.
I am. It's not.
It is for
ain't.
him.
Why do you isolate yourself so often? I know when to speak and I know when to walk away. I've been married before. I raised somebody else's kid. There were some problems when they became your age. So I'm so quiet now because I lived through the trauma and the drama of that. That hurt me. So when it comes down to you guys, I'll fall back. I gotta go someplace because if I say something, then it's gonna escalate.
Do you feel like we would do that to you?
I have trust issues. You may. I love y'all, but at the end of the day, I got to protect me. You may say something or you may say something that may trigger something to me in my past or what I went through, so I get quiet.
I feel like I could tell signs that Terrence might have been going through something more than just isolation, because anybody that gets upset, they may take a little time, but 2-3 days, it's something else going on other than just, normal stress.
It sounds like you're still holding on to a lot of pain.
Facts. But I feel like there's nobody else that I can run to and say, hey, this is what's on the table right now. I had that with my dad before he passed.
Do you think that would help with your trust issues now if you had someone you could go to?
Yeah, I mean, I trust all y'all, but it's not 100%.
I feel very disturbed by Terrence saying that he'll never be able to give 100%. Family is all about giving 100%. Terrence has to learn how to trust again.
So I'm kind of 50-50 on this because, from one hand, he's a step parent and, it's hard to be a step parent from someone who's had one. Like, it's awkward for the children. It's probably awkward for them because it's like, I don't know you. You know what I mean? And I don't give a fuck what you have to say. I don't want to hear nothing out your mouth. Don't tell me nothing. I'm going to ask my mama. Like, it's just like, I don't know. It takes a while for that integration to happen. And then when it does, you don't really want your stepdad yelling at you, doing all the extra shit. So I kind of get it from that standpoint. But you going in the room for 3-4 days at a time, that's ridiculous. And he did say his dad passed away. So maybe because he feels like he's still grieving and he doesn't have anyone to talk to or doesn't feel like he does and doesn't want to open up. He just sits in his sorrow for 3-4 days until he feels better. But that's cool if you live by yourself, not in a relationship where you're playing stepdad and you're trying to get married. That's not okay. But at the same time, he might need to go to some type of therapy for that because, people grieve in all different types of ways. And his way is isolation because his brother said he does it too. But yeah. But at the same time, I don't trust nobody 100% either. Because if you watch murder mysteries, you realize brothers, sisters, uncles, daddies, they could turn on your ass too. I'm sorry. I love my mama. And I love her 99.99.99%. But it might be 1%. It'd be like, And that's 1%. This is a man coming in a family and he's a stepfather. Yeah, he trusts y'all, but he just said it's not 100%. And I don't blame him. Like, y'all not my kids. So I'm not going to trust anybody 100%. And that's how people get fucked up, trusting their cousin and their aunties 100%. Now, bow. How you got robbed when you just got your taxes? Because it was your fucking auntie.
What do I want out of Terrence's family? So me and my family, we're very close-knit. And I would love to be able to have that type of relationship with you guys.
Do you know for the past 2 years, I was hoping for that?
Really?
You never said anything to us. We thought it was us.
We thought you was bougie.
What, girl?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think he was bougie. I just didn't think he wanted to talk to us.
If I'm being honest and being transparent, I had such a shocking relationship that happened once I got the divorce with my ex. I mean, this was a person that was my mother-in-law for over 12 years. And then to act like I was just the enemy of the world, it hurt me so bad. I'm sorry. I think I'm being more reserved towards you because I don't want to get hurt.
I felt that.
I'm sorry that I did that.
No, that's nobody's fault. I'm glad we got it out. That's all. You were protecting yourself.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your relationship between me and the Corey at home? I feel like a guest are disturbance a lot of the time. Oh, that's an interesting one. Well, here's how I feel, really. Sometimes you have a standoffish attitude.
Sometimes I do.
And your mother, she's concerned because you're isolated in your room. So I'm trying to fix it, but you don't open up. So it's I don't want to pry, bam, 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 yo, we need to talk. So I don't know what's bothering you.
I'm very sorry that I've made you feel that way, but I have a different perspective. The reason I say I feel like a disturbance or a guest is because I do. But when I feel like you're off to yourself, I don't want to disturb you with my problems, and I feel like I'm a disturbance when I see that you're, of course.
I can understand that, but you closed mouths don't get fed. So be a man about it.
Be a man? How am I gonna be a man to a nigga that's not even being a man about it? Yo ass in the basement for 3 days, so damn, when you come knock on my door, by the time you done been in the basement for 4 days, no, I don't want to talk, bitch. I ain't seen your ass in 4 days. What's up? What you want to talk about? Have you taken a shower? Have you brushed your motherfucking teeth? Talking about be a man about it. Closed mouths don't get fed. I think that's ridiculous. You're the one in your 40s/50s trying to marry my mama and you not even being a man, but you want to tell me to be a man when I'm under 25. See, I was kind of like, 50-50 with the shit, but I'm really starting not to like his ass. And then it's like his eyes was bulging. He looked like he was catching a little attitude. It's just like, okay, you got 30 fucking minutes. I'm trying to tell you.
Time.
Ready?
Still.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, you ready for us? Can I have 1 second? Ready? 1, 2, do the other part for me.
Time
Alright.
stands still. Time stands still. When I'm with you.
Hot sauce is first.
Oh my goodness, you the same way?
All of us.
You know it's bad when you start putting hot sauce on your potato chips.
Okay, I just want to step in and say, yes, I love me a good original Lay's with some hot sauce. Girl, what good old snack. Okay, if you haven't tried it, try it. I just had to step in and say, yes, I agree.
So one of the things we should talk about is how our first task went. I feel like we had a breakthrough. I put a block up and I did not give you a chance at all. And I'm sorry. How did you guys feel about y'all conversation?
A lot of things that me and Terrence had talked about was communication, connection, and relationships with one another.
Do you feel better?
I think I definitely have an understanding.
Do you feel better?
That'll come with time.
Okay, that's honest.
One of my biggest concerns was how are you and him going to make it? If y'all both are bringing up your past relationship, Like if y'all get mad at each other, the first thing y'all just remember is, dang, that's what she did, darn, that's what he did.
We have a great relationship. But just like any other relationship, you're gonna have some disagreements. But it's never getting to the point where it's super ugly. Never. And this is where I say, let me go over here and then I'll relax for a while. Learning how to really fall back and be in isolation, that works for me. It's just unfortunate when I come back, it may be too long for her.
Isolation is bad when you're married. You know what I mean?
It makes the whole house miserable because now you're tiptoeing because you don't want to get anybody upset. Now you have everybody like in a zone, and then when you do come back up to finally speak, 3 days later, now nobody won't talk.
Sometimes if I get that way, it's because I'm frustrated with one of them or you. And it's a constant me saying something over and over and over again.
Yeah, but it's too long. It's to me.
For you.
It's not so much the confrontation, it's more of the extra work that has to be put in to please that person, to make sure that they don't have any confrontation.
No, that's not the confrontation.
Yeah, what
the
extra work?
confrontation is...
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do understand.
Is there a different way I can word it?
Yeah, the way you can word it is, I walk on eggshells so I won't make Terrence mad.
That's what it feels like.
Okay.
You have to work on the problem that caused the isolations. Has anything been done to address the problem?
Oh, yeah.
No.
It's on your mind, but you ain't addressing your issue.
She know what the frustration is.
But I'm saying...
Not a mind reader.
But you're not... She's not a mind reader. Both of y'all have to be open to listen to each other, because if you're not open to listen to each other, then y'all are not going to get nothing done.
I'm exhausted at this point, and I'm feeling attacked. I'm the bad guy. I feel like my voice, my concerns are always overlooked.
Okay, one thing I wanted to say is I cannot stand an overly exhausted person. How the fuck is you so exhausted because people want you to stop hiding in the basement for 4 days at a time? That's what got you exhausted? I cannot stand when people just be so fucking drained from somebody telling you the truth and you already know it's the truth. And then you catch an attitude because they're telling you that after you've been in the basement for 4 days, don't nobody want to talk to you. Yeah, you're not finna bring your black ass up from the basement like a thief in the motherfucking night and think, oh, we finna just be happy-go-lucky having a conversation. What's up? What's up? You good? You good? Oh, okay, cool. We got a couple errands we running because we done put it in the schedule in the last 3 days, but guess who ain't been around? So now you got a more bigger attitude because we don't want to talk to you after you've been in the basement for 3-4 days, and then you go back in that motherfucking catch an attitude, and it's like a cycle. And for her, my kids are only going to tell me the same thing so many times. I'm sorry, especially about a nigga. You might be like, oh, mama, you be eating all the spaghetti. Like, every time you make spaghetti, you eat all the leftovers. Okay, cool, that's whatever. But if my kids are telling me, this man make me uncomfortable, this man I don't like, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells in my own house with my mama. It's only so many times I'm about to tell you that until I'm like, okay, look. My ankle not broke no more. My neck not broke no more. It's time for you to just move out in the next 30 days, 60 days, get your shit together. And if you decide to go sooner, cool. And I'm going to hit you with that around the time of the end of the lease so that way I can already have some shit planned. So while you moving the fuck out, by the time you bring your black ass back over here, bitch, we going to be gone. House, move the fuck out, bitch. We move. I told you the lease was up. I ain't want your ass staying here, but I ain't staying here either because you ain't finna know where the fuck I stay thinking you got a key, bitch. It's only so many times my children are gonna tell me the same thing about a man, and my children will never be uncomfortable about a man. I don't give a fuck, okay? No, for real.
You have something on your mind?
I don't think that I have a relationship with Terrence. I think we tolerate each other. What keeps repeating in my head is he doesn't trust people. He'll never give 100%.
Yeah, and that bothers me too.
That bothers me so much. I don't know how that'll be fixed within 3 days.
I mean, what is the issue?
I feel like I'm still being pushed to get out. They're just waiting for me to get up and move on so I can finally be happy.
No, it's not that.
Really, I would leave to not make Terrence angry and make this whole thing not work out, because then it really would be on me. It would.
Well, then that's a big concern that we need to address.
I don't feel like I'm able to be myself at home. I don't feel like I'm welcome.
What is your biggest fear?
Being the issue.
I'm sitting here like, oh, fuck no. Are you crazy? Your children feel this. Your son literally feels like you're ready for him to get the fuck out. And I can't stand a bitch that thinks she ain't got no options, so she got to keep a fuck nigga around and make her kids uncomfortable because she feel like she ain't gonna have no dick no more, or she ain't never gonna be able to find another man. It's billions of niggas out here. You will find you a man. He not the one. And can somebody please tell me if I'm the only one? But is this nigga gay? Am I tripping? Because I feel like this nigga gay. Not the kids. I'm talking about the man, the fiance, the man. I feel like, is he gay? Because he giving a little zesty. I don't know if he from Miami or he just in his vacation shirt mode. But I'm going to have to see what he wearing tomorrow. But it's just giving, I don't know. This nigga might not like you because, bitch, he like you. The fuck?
I'm not going to really let my guard down 100% to nobody, anybody.
He needs you, and you need him. Y'all both need each other. No one is pointing the finger at anybody.
I'm telling you how I feel.
The whole purpose of saying I do is because we're happy with each other.
Christian, we was talking last night because he basically is feeling that Terrence don't want no relationship with him. In our meeting with Terrence, one of the questions came up, and he said he would never 100% trust anymore. And that really affected Christian. And then the fact that he feel like he has to move out when y'all get married.
What you're saying to me is news for me. Christian would never have to move out of my house. DeCorey would never have to move out of my house. And I would never let any man come into the house and make me choose between my kids. You always got a home. That's never been a conversation that we've had, so I don't know where Christian is getting it from. It bothered me to the core that my son would ever think that he was not welcome in our home.
I'm just gonna be the first one to say it. That nigga is ready for your sons to get the fuck out. He ready for them to get out. Look at him. He looking like, yeah, whatever she say. Girl, I'm so happy that she was talking to her mom saying like, oh, my kids, they can always stay with me. They never have to worry about where they're going to live at the end of the day. Like, I love that because so many parents are ready to kick their kids out 16, 18 years old, and they don't even realize, like, they're not ready. Unless they're going to the military or college, they're not ready just to be out here on their own at 18. I'm sorry. It's not smart. But the way he's looking when she's saying that, he is ready for them kids to get the fuck on so he can have his wife to himself. And then who knows what the hell he gonna do, because if his anger is that bad, he might get to slapping her ass when they leave. So I don't know. I'm not really feeling him no more. He actually kind of scaring me, to be honest. Like, he got beef with her kids.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A little stressed.
A little stressed.
It's intense.
Yes, I promised you that, huh?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
So let's talk first about your task, Alethea.
I think the one that hit me the hardest was when his mom said, you know, what have I done to you? Why aren't you trying to connect to me? It like hit me right in my face, you know. I wasn't aware that I was doing it. Now that I'm aware of it, I'm totally open to moving past that because I can't act like she's my ex-mother-in-law.
All right, let's get Terrence involved here. Tell me about your task. Tell me how it went.
One of the main questions, Christian and Corey asked, communication level.
And they're talking about what happens when there's a conflict.
Yeah, when I'm realizing that I'm getting here, I will go someplace by myself and isolate.
What it's really about is the repair. And that's not what's happening for you. Instead of repairing, you go away.
Yeah, I can say that. I agree with you. In my past, raising up somebody else in 15 years and then they revolt on me. So I'm reluctant to give 100% to them.
You're both coming into this relationship with unresolved situations from the past that are impacting the way you're dealing with the people in front of you.
Yeah, sometimes I want to say a few things, and I'm like, I better not say that, let me relax. let me fall back.
What are you imagining that the other people out there on the other side of the door are doing?
I'm thinking that, they got peace.
So
I
you're
don't know.
thinking they're free of me right now.
I think that he thinks that his isolation is helping. Yeah,
Right.
I think that he thinks that it's helping,
Yeah.
but it just elevates
I agree.
everybody. One of the things that Terrence may not know about me is that I used to go into a dark place when I was going through my divorce. And when we got towards the end of the relationship, we began to isolate. That was the beginning of the end.
The thing you have to think about in terms of relationships is people need to feel safe and they need to feel secure.
Yeah.
Terrence, for the whole time that you're gone, they feel very on edge. You can't feel okay when your primary attachment figure just not speaking to you.
Yeah.
So tell me more about Christian. Have you asked him why he feels like he's walking on eggshells?
Yeah, you feel like because I'm angry,
And you disavow the idea that you're angry. You're like, well, I'm not angry, so he must be wrong.
No, but I'm trying to tell him. Even she says, can you talk to Chris about certain things? And I would talk to Chris, and sometimes he don't want to talk. He isolates himself in the room. He'd be in there for days. I said, that can't happen when I'm here. That can't happen on my watch.
What do you mean? You're modeling isolation for him.
Right.
I don't understand.
Okay, so she's pretty much trying to marry a hypocrite. You're willing to tell her son that he can't do the same thing that you're doing, not on your watch. That's what I'm saying. It's honestly psychotic. And honestly, he kind of scared me. I don't know if it's some fucking eyebrows, these tight ass pants, or the titties hanging down in a V-neck, but I'm getting fucking scared of this man.
I'm just telling you how I feel and what it is.
Alethea, do you feel like you walk on eggshells?
I feel like I walk on eggshells. I do feel that
Like
way.
if you say the wrong thing, it's gonna
make it escalate more. Yes, I do feel like that.
And you feel that too.
Sometimes I do, and I just brush it off.
Yeah, but I think brushing it off isn't working.
Yeah, for them, but for me, it works, and that's all I'm gonna say.
That's the end of the relationship right there. That's why you go into the room, because there's nothing left to say. How do we get back into a place where you care what's happening for them?
I do care. I'm already
but
here.
caring means, okay, if that's how you guys feel, let's work on it.
It just seemed like all the fingers are pointing at me, and every time I try to say something, it's like, okay, you're angry.
I feel like that's the essence of something that's happening emotionally in you, is that you feel like you're to blame, and there's some narrative inside your mind that you're a bad person.
Yeah, I can say that. I agree with you. I'm harboring a lot of pain from 20, 30 years ago that's suppressed.
Alethea, how do you feel when you see all that?
I'm really realizing how broken my family is. I don't want to be in a relationship and feel like the boys can't speak to you, feel like you can't speak to the boys. Like I found out today that my son thinks that we don't want him to be there after we get married. That hurts my heart to even think that he would think that, because I don't want my kids to feel like they're not wanted, and I don't want my kids to feel like they have to walk on eggshells in the house.
All right, so I think I'm clear on what the task is. I think all four of you should sit down with Dr. Allie, a mental health expert, to bring forward feelings that maybe people haven't been able to say until now.
I'm pissed. I'm feeling attacked. I'm feeling annoyed, frustrated, and I can feel the tension in my shoulders. And I just wanted to go somewhere and sit quietly because I said, this is not going to work.
Hey. It was definitely an intense conversation.
It's good to get all of the issues out on the table so you know what to work on.
Well, this is the first time I thought, well, what if this don't work? He really felt like everybody was attacking him. I'm sitting there and I'm acknowledging it. This is what I caused, this is what I did. He's not internalizing it. He's gonna have to be able to realize how it's impacting us, because if you don't care, then what are we doing?
Right. You don't want to keep going through marriage and divorce, marriage and divorce.
No, I definitely don't want that.
sometimes, like people paint the picture like I'm the bad guy.
No one is pointing the finger at anybody. What we're here to do is to figure out ways to work out the problems.
We'll figure it out.
We got to.
How is everybody?
Good.
Hanging in there.
My name is Dr. Allie. I'm here in the capacity to try to understand what brings us here so that we can move through and get to the other side.
Sounds good.
So then, family, tell me your experience when he's isolating for a day, 2 days, maybe 3 days.
When he gets in his isolation mode, you can tell by his demeanor. Cause like he'll be in the basement.
It's scary, to be completely honest, because you're not sure what it's really about.
I told y'all, this man is scary. He gives me scary energy, y'all, because at the end of the day, at this point now they're saying that you be getting so mad all the time, they don't even know what you mad about anymore. They don't even know what's upsetting you at this point. And I don't understand how the mama ain't feeling it or seeing it, but I hope and I pray to God they break up. I'm not even gonna lie, I pray to God they break up.
And say when there's a small situation that happens and it turns big, it becomes really hard because we can't really speak to him because he isolates himself.
You're left with these big questions.
Yeah.
You're not sure why he's down there. Is he actually mad at you? Is it something more internal?
With my experiences in the past, I automatically assume that it's my fault.
What experiences would those be?
Bullying when I was younger.
You have your own worries and concerns, and so you're not communicating with him. And then when he comes out, what happens?
We don't talk. I would like to have, before we move into the marital aspect of everything, a better relationship with Terrence.
What do you think about that?
I wanted to get there.
That's great. So where do you think there is a rift in the relationship?
My last marriage, I raised his son from 5 to 18. And like when you say, oh, okay, let's put you through college, let's help you get your freshman year. Like I'm doing a lot as a father, somebody was there. And then the biological father came back in the picture. Nothing mattered after that. The thing just blew it out of control. It would just strip everything I'd done for 15 years. That was real pain. That was real trauma for me.
Yeah.
I'll give people my all, and they'll turn around and they'll stick a knife right there. I'm not gonna really let my guard down 100% to anybody. I feel free around her, but sometimes we'll still have a conflict, and that's when I go isolate because I don't want to destroy it. I automatically go into defense mode.
When was the first time you felt like you had to be in defense mode?
Probably when I was 13.
What happened?
In the neighborhoods, a lot of the illegal activities that I was around other people doing, like, oh, Terrence was there. No, I wasn't. But their stories were so convincing that it came to a head, and so people were actually looking for me. It's like, you're 13 years old, and there's cop violence, a whole lot of triggers.
I could see that since you were that 13-year-old kid who, because of people's gossips, were put in a position where you could have died.
Exactly.
Have you ever had a conversation with anyone about trauma and PTSD?
No.
One of the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder is hypervigilance, always being on the lookout for something to go wrong. A small conversation that reminds you of something else, your body says, I need to save my life.
All the time. It's scary.
Then you had to do what you had to do to protect yourself at a really young age, and it's almost like you never came down off of that.
No.
Once we go up, we have to come back down. And so one thing you can do is to breathe. What are you thinking?
Because I see Terrence is intense, I come to assume that Terrence usually doesn't like me, even though he does. I respect him. I'm trying to find where we are, and also scared to do so because I don't want to anger him.
How does it feel to hear that?
This is my first time hearing how he feels about that. And I respect that, and I want the same thing. You can always come to me for anything, and you're not going to anger me.
Both of you are afraid of loss, and there's a fear for you because you also have a history of people hurting you, and you don't want that pattern. So you're isolating in a very different way. What I see is you're shrinking. You're fading into the background. You don't want to get hurt, and you have something similar, but you don't want to get rejected. And so the two of you are kind of doing this dance around each other. No one's trying to hurt each other, but it's damaging your relationship.
You're right on it.
Christian will say to me, he doesn't like me, and I'm like, I don't see how do you see that? This man loves you. Another thing that I found out was that you felt like you had to move out the house once we got married.
I felt like I was being pushed away because I didn't feel welcome. I felt like a guest in the house.
He needs you.
One thing about healing is we like to say healing generalizes. Like the relationship with your stepson that was so hurtful. Having a good relationship with them can start to heal that experience too. So you don't necessarily have to go back and heal the relationship with him. You can just heal this one.
Yeah, and that's what I was working on. You know, since I came in their life, I'm like, okay, I got y'all.
What I've learned from Terrence is how to be a man. He is the absolute man of the house. I'll say that firsthand.
How does it feel to hear that?
That sounds amazing.
This is a good start. Do y'all need to hug it out?
I would love to hug it out.
Wow. So maybe I don't know what I'm saying and y'all should not listen to me, because now I'm not as scared. You know, I do take back at the time I was scared, so I don't take it back. But now knowing that, you know, he lived a rough life as a 13-year-old, really having to fight for his life because of rumors, and he took care of somebody's son from 5 to 18 and they just dropped him like a bad habit when they found their real daddy. I'd be mad too. Like, fuck y'all niggas. I don't want to get close to y'all, because the last one took all my fucking money and my college tuition for freshman year and dipped on me when his daddy came around at 18 because he a pro football player. Like, I just feel like I understand him a little more now, and hopefully he does what the therapist said, do and breathe. Woosah for maybe an hour, 30 minutes, 4 hours. But 3 days, I'm knocking down that fucking door. Matter of fact, take the door off the hinges. I'm coming in this motherfucker. But I'm happy that the son and him could get along and like they want the same thing. And he says that he's the man of the house, so he's obviously taking care of business. So I'm happy to see this. Like, I really am.
I love you, man. I love you too. It feels great to be vulnerable in a session. I was open to it. I needed it.
Pass it on, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on.
I think I do have a form of PTSD now after speaking with Dr. Alley. I never, ever thought about that. And then when I started thinking about it more and we dug into it, I said, you know what? Maybe so. Yes.
What dance is that?
I don't know what the dance is called.
Come on.
No, I know.
You know how to do them?
No.
Let me see, Corey.
Like this. Yeah, it's
You
the
have
knees.
to lift and you have to jump.
Go to the side.
Put your hands like this, I swear to God, you'll be...
That's what he looks like.
That's exactly how he looks.
What's sideways?
Come on, go.
I don't know what that was.
Good morning. Come on in. Have a seat. Let's talk about how your task went yesterday.
It was a breakthrough.
It was for you too, Terrence?
Yes.
Really?
It was
nice.
much needed information.
Like what?
Like from Chris, I didn't know he suffered from being bullied. And then he felt like he couldn't come talk to me because he thought everything was his fault. I didn't know he was going through all that.
Right.
Christian felt safe to speak his mind, and he felt very relieved to tell Terrence how much he cares for him. It was really good because I know the two of them honestly love each other.
So now he wishes that him and I can get back to where we were. And I want the same thing. That's all I ever wanted. I didn't want conflict. Dr. Ali said you're suffering from issues with rejection, which is very true, especially similar situations like this. So, you know, we had to unwrap that.
Right.
Now I know what I can do for me. I can go seek therapy personally for myself to help, you know,
Resolve
defrost.
the things from your growing
from
up
all
times.
that, yeah.
Now that it got pinpointed, it's like, okay.
You're feeling hopeful.
Yeah.
And you have a plan moving forward. You guys did some really great work. And you're getting married in 6 weeks. There's lots of work left to do.
Absolutely. And that's
So-
why I am happy that we came, so that we could break through to be able to grow.
Yeah. The reason you look at the parts that aren't working is because that's what takes down the parts that are. All right, you guys. Great job.
Thank you.
So let's go to the blessing ceremony.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, thank you so much for coming. We know the last 3 days have been really challenging. We're here now to ask to see. You have your blessings. Danielle, you have your blessing.
My concerns were the affection towards the families and you guys, getting to know better. Spending time the last 3 days has shown me that you love her. Do you have my blessings? Yeah, I think that I'll give you my blessings.
Jermaine.
Initially, my concerns were getting to know Butter better. Of course, getting to meet her family. Us being here the past couple days changed everything. Y'all guys are willing to work and push forward on anything that has to be pushed forward on. You guys definitely have my blessings.
Appreciate you, man. Mother, do we have your blessing?
To be honest with you, I had my doubts and concerns. I wasn't sure how you actually felt about him. After coming here and getting to know you better, I don't doubt the love there, so I just feel good about that. You have my blessing.
Thank you.
Mom, do we have your blessings?
Well, my initial concern was making sure that my grandsons were going to be sound with Terrence. This experience has been an eye-opener. I got to see another side of Terrence. You'll have my full blessing.
Decory, do we have your blessing?
Initially, my concerns were making sure that y'all had a good goal for the future. I wanted to make sure that I met your side of the family. And I wanted to make sure that you were happy at the end of the day. You've got my blessing fully.
This boy. Christian, do we have your blessing?
Initially, when we got here, my concerns were I wanted to have a closer relationship with Terrence. I wanted to see you and Terrence connect on a deeper, more meaningful level. The sessions that we've had have been very impactful, and I think that they made a major difference, and I see hope for the future. As far as my blessing, you have my blessing.
Awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much.
Can we hug it out?
Good job.
Aye. Group hug.
I give my blessing for this marriage because I know that they will keep working at their issues, and I think they're a good union.
I give my blessing because I truly believe that Terrence and Alethea love each other.
This has been something transformative for everyone, and I see that there's hope for the future.
I definitely got what I came here for.
In any relationship, there are going to be some issues. I was nervous to really address them, but I'm glad that we were able to address them because now we are able to move forward from them. When it comes to family or fiancé, we choose
Both.
Family or fiancé?
So happy about this ending. I am so happy about their union and that he was so receptive. Maybe not in the beginning, but he started to become receptive to just the, constructive criticism and actually started listening and working on himself. And I love that. I love that his children look at him like the man of the house. It was just some things that they needed to work on. Both of their families seem healthy. Their mom, his side of the family wanted to get to know her side of the family and vice versa, which I think is so healthy and refreshing to see. And, with him being a stepfather, it can be hard, but I'm glad that they definitely worked out their issues. And I was smiling at the end of this episode. So drop down in the comments and let me know what you all think and if you're happy that they stayed together. I know I said I wanted them to break up, but I'm happy they're together. They're married. They're happy. So wait till the end of the episode to see what the final verdict is, because during the episode, sometimes you really just don't know. Okay. You might really want them to break up, but I'm happy they stayed together. So yeah, drop down in the comments, let us know. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Honey came in and she got me red-handed, creeping with the girl next door. Picture this, we were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom door. How could I forget that I had given her an extra?